the goal of most pharmaceutical companies is to begin to understand ways to treat human health to provide better outcomes. Early on, it was a set of people that were focused on to understand the biology and outcomes of diseases. As we learn more, we realize this may not be actually representative of what happens across the population, be it men, be it women, be it different ethnicities and backgrounds. So the goal that we have is for every disease we study, a couple of things. One is to really understand the epidemiology of that disease. Because the epidemiology may or may not reflect the diversity of a given population. Right now, we're studying a disorder called IgAN, IgA nephropathy, and that affects persons in Asia or of Asian descent more so than others. So we have to make sure we have that right population in the trial. So it's understanding really the epidemiology of who is affected by this disease. Now, for many diseases, the epidemiology might be similar, but still the representation in trials is poor. So how do we improve representation and diversity in clinical trials? And this can go both ways. So when we're talking about psychiatric trials, for certain schizophrenia trials, you may actually see over-representation of African Americans as compared to the population. When you see depression studies or affective disorders, you may actually see lower representation, even though we know there is the same or possibly even more in the mood disorders. Part of this is built on the systemic inequity we have in our healthcare system in general. Part of it's built on where our research centers located. They're not located in rural areas. They're not located typically in socioeconomically disadvantaged areas. So what we have to do, understanding the epidemiology, the representation of the population, is begin to identify where we can find the right sites to bring in the subjects that we need for our trials for study.